Hey guys, what's happening? I started filming Lawtown in the past week. I've been doing the exterior establishing shots. Now, interesting story. Last Saturday was the day we were going to start filming the establishing shots. Daryl Silver and myself, well, I went early in the morning at 7:30 at Wilmot Street, my old neighborhood, and I was saying, please don't let the Piccolo truck be out there, the Piccolo truck. Because someone who moved into the neighborhood a few years ago, or that lived there a while, has that business, I believe, and they have the catering truck there, or whatever, the big logo on it. And it's been there the past couple of years, especially during the afternoons, and maybe on weekends, too. So that was a big problem when filming Lawtown, was that Piccolo truck being on the street and blocking the views of the houses. Now, if it was out of a shot, say in back of Durant Street, or the other side of Durant Street, or the way front of Wilmot near Avon, that would have been fine. So, last Saturday, I get there 7:30 in the morning, and I'm waiting. No, I didn't wait. I drove by. The Piccolo truck was there. Daryl says he's going to meet me around 11 o'clock in the morning, then 11:30, I get there 10:30. Piccolo truck is still there, in front of my house. In front of my parents' front sidewalk. 11:30 goes by. 12:30, 1 o'clock, it's still there. And then I showed Daryl. I said, Daryl, I'll show you how I want the shots done. But then he just got his phone, the new iPhone 17 Pro Max, and just went up to the porch and took a very close up of the front porch and the door. And then the one across the street, just a little shot of that close up. I'm like, but that's not what I want in the shots. I want like the whole shot of the house going in. So then I said, Daryl, I'm going to have to do it on my own, those exterior shots. That way you don't have to be there. I'll send them to you. Can I do them? Because I have a 16 phone, but I'm going to put them in the cinematic and 4K. That's fine. It'll still work. It'll look great. So I did that all week. I went back to the neighborhood again. When was it? It was after work a few days ago, but the Piccolo truck was across the street in front of the green-sided house on the corner. So I couldn't do the wide shot of the whole neighborhood, which I wanted to do. So I filmed my house, and I filmed the one across the street, and then I left. And then I came back again, when was it? A couple of days later. Wednesday. Wednesday I went by, and the Piccolo truck was gone, and I got to film all the wide shot of all the street. And there was a truck, though, in front of my house, a little truck, and it was like it kind of ruined the shot, but not really, because it wasn't that big, it wasn't that towering. So I filmed. And then I went by again yesterday, and again, there was no Piccolo truck around. There was no Piccolo truck. But there was a car in front of my house. There was a lower car, smaller car, which was okay. And I filmed the establishing shots again. And then I went by again this morning, and the Piccolo truck wasn't there, but it was on the other side of Durant Street. But there was still a car in front of my house, and I wanted to film another shot just of my house, my childhood house, front forward. And I couldn't because I don't want any car there when I do that. So I said, I'm going to leave it today. That's fine. I'm not going to do any establishing shots there. But then, oh my gosh, all day I went everywhere the last couple of days when I was able to. I went on Lawrence Street. I went on Park Street. I went on Essex Street. I went on Haverhill Street. I went on Lowell Street. I went on Common Street. I went on Union Street. I went on South Union Street. Of course, Wilmot Street, which is not that known, but Lawtown, Wilmot Street's going to be the neighborhood, the known neighborhood. And what other streets there's so many, Prospect Street. There are a lot of the big major streets, the ones, well-known ones. Myrtle Street. Any others I could think of? There was all the major ones you could. Broadway. All the major streets you could think of. Landmarks. I filmed everything. Everything you could think of. The Air Mill. The Duck Bridge. The Mills. Going down Essex Street. Going down all famous locations that make Lawrence unique. And I'm going to use those in the opening credits as we transition into the cast. And I'm going to use them in the guest starring credits and producing credits before Act 1. And it's going to, and some transition scenes as well. Like when we get to the Wilmot Street neighborhood, or if something's going on a certain street, there'll be some transitions there as well. And some fun facts about episode titles, which are going to work into what's going to happen with the episode titles, how they correspond with the actual locations. And so far, so good. Auditions will be happening soon, guys. So I forgot to mention, there were some challenges. Like I said, the Piccolo truck being in my neighborhood in Lawrence and the Wilmot Street neighborhood, I had to get the wide shot. That was one. Another challenge was there were so many school buses going by. So many. Like in every shot, there was at least one or two. So, and then I had to pace it and wait to see how many cars would go by. Because when I have about 5 or 6 seconds, if we choose certain shots per segment. We choose for the opening credits or whatever, maybe a couple seconds here and there, and when I have no buses in them. Another thing was some of the cars have blinkers, erratic blinkers, and they kept going off so many times. I'm like, put that blinker off. I was screaming as I was filming, and their windows were closed, pretty sure. I'm like, put that blinker off, you're ruining the shot. And then another challenge was I was filming on Lawrence Street. I was filming in front of the Pollo Típico, and some Puerto Rican guy comes by, or Dominican, walking by on the sidewalk. I filmed away from him. I said, no, I'm not getting you in the shot. He put his jacket over his head. No. I'm like, I don't have you in the shot. No. I'm just filming the street. And then I went over to Myrtle Street and Lexington. I was filming the street sign. And who pops up behind the street sign from the other side of the side building? That same guy. And I'm just zooming in on the street sign. I didn't even see him come by. And then I see him, and he was... He was yelling at me in Spanish, or... I'm like, I'm filming the street sign. I was pointing at it. But he didn't know what I was saying. He thought I was filming him. So that was another challenge I had. And I just walked off. I'm like, whatever, I'm going away. I'm leaving. Bye. And another challenge I had was, I knew it was going to happen. I told Daryl, do we need any permits? And he says, don't worry. If we need anything, I know the mayor. We'll get a letter. Don't worry. So I want to make it as authentic as possible. I went to Lawrence High School. Exterior, I started filming around there. Some security guards came up. They said, you need permission. I'm like, all right, I'm leaving. Goodbye. All right. So I told Daryl, I said, what do we do? And the segment was all sunny. It didn't look good. So I deleted it. And Daryl says, we're going to use the old Lawrence High School. It's not there anymore. You don't even use it as a high school anymore. So that's going to be the establishing shot for the high school. And we'll have interiors somewhere else. And even some exteriors look like, because you can cheat it and you can make it look like anything. Like I'm going to cheat across the street on Wilmot Street. The White House across the street will have a big built-in pool, and I'm going to probably film a pool in Methuen for that. So, and those are the challenges I've had filming the exterior shots, and there were at least 50, 60, 70 of them already I took. Auditions are happening soon, guys. Independent film, not big budget, independent, and it's going to be fun. I want everyone involved. Every Lawtown fool that wants to make this possible. As authentic as we can get it. Thank you, guys. Thank you.